What's going on, everybody? It's your boy LP. I'm sitting here with
Brandon
and Xavier.
These are my nephews. We have just watched two episodes of X Men '97. So we're gonna start talking about it every time I drop out. The way our schedules are, we might be we're still gonna do like every two.
I mean, we can do it every week.
We'll
figure that out.
We'll figure it out. Cause they in different locations, but we
busy.
We are old school X-Men. You know, they grew up on X-Men. Of course, I grew up on X-Men with comic books. They came up with that. So we've been hard body with this. So we've been waiting for this to come out. So I guess I'll start with you, Xavier. What do you think about it?
I loved it. I heard nothing but great things about it. Today's Thursday. It dropped yesterday, so we all just watched it together for the first time. But I loved it. A lot of great callbacks to the original series while also keeping it fresh. What do you guys think?
So I thought it was a myth. I kept seeing the headlines for it, so I didn't think this was a real thing. So I got this call today to come watch this. So I'm glad. I'm excited, but I didn't even know this was real. I thought it was a hoax. But yeah.
But all in all, we'll say good series.
Yeah.
So what were some of the things? I guess let me start with what is there anything you didn't like? Like me personally, it's small, but the animation took me a while to get used to. But I was the same way when Into the Spider-Verse came out. I hated the animation. I got used to it. It's extra, you know, with the color and the lips. they never got the pink. If they white, they got pink lips. Black people don't look as bad with their brown lips. But Professor Xavier Magneto, they definitely got some pink lips. But other than that, that was that's something small. Anything?
Yeah, it is a drastic contrast with the animation. Not my favorite, but it's not the worst. But yeah, it's fine. Season 1.
Anything else you didn't like?
Some of the I like a lot of the original, or at least seemingly original voices. Not too keen on Beat's voice, but I think that
road voice was kind of wasn't as southern.
Yeah, could be better.
But yeah, I think Storm and Cyclops definitely are the two most voices you were in. And I gotta look it up because I swear that Cyclops is the original Cyclops had to die. If I'm not mistaken, don't come at me if I'm mistaken because I definitely gotta look it up. Yeah. But if that guy's done he's doing a phenomenal job. If it's not, what about you, Dave?
As far as things, I think I agree with Brandon. As far as like the voice act, it wasn't. I don't know if it was bad or just I'm getting used to just picturing the 90s. We're seeing like these 90s characters and we might have this idea what they sound like in our head. So it might be an adjustment like to see what they sound like. But also, I wasn't the biggest fan of Beast too. Like when he first started talking, I thought he had like an accent or something like that.
His voice is too high pitched.
It threw me off a little bit. Everyone else like sounded like pretty good. Like yes, Cyclops like definitely the standout. Wolverine sounded good. Not like I like his older the 90s version a little bit more. A little bit more like gruff. To him, a little bit more roughness to him, but like it's 2 episodes in, so like maybe get used to it and everything. And I think I'm a little bit bigger fan of the animation than you guys were. Still, I don't like love it yet. I don't love it, but in my defense of that, I think that it gives the show a retro look while also keeping it new, because I don't think you could have just boot it like how it was back then and bring it back on now. Because it's like, it's 3D but like a little 2D mix on it too. It was like I said, some of the characters do look a little, I don't like how they look. But I think like, as the season goes on, I'll start like it more and more. Because the action in that looked better than, we grew up with the 90s series, but I think the action in those 2 episodes were better than a lot of the things we saw back then.
But let's talk about that. Like let's talk about like Cyclops. This is like the best Cyclops, other than outside of reading comic books. If you read comic books, you'll see Cyclops got a lot of badass moments. But if you only know the 90s cartoon, X-Men Evolution,
or honestly even the Fox X Men movies, if you grew up on those,
he barely had anything to do. Even Wolverine and the X-Men, that Cyclops was kind of cold too.
Yeah, that's true.
But this Cyclops right here was like. They made him like extra badass. It's kind of like, I know y'all guys be thinking Cyclops is this nerd, but we about to show y'all.
Why he the leader.
Yeah, like everybody falling out of the plane and you wondering, all right, we know Rogue and Storm can fly, but whatever, so they got to start grabbing people. And Cyclops is just like,
shit, I'm good.
Y'all good?
Y'all good? I bet.
I see y'all on the ground.
Boom.
And like, I didn't expect that because most times you don't see people using their powers in ways like that to like Jubilee, she would have died. Like there ain't no amount of fireworks. Don't worry, guys, I got this.
Someone that would have been.
Yeah. she would have died. Same thing with Gambit. And, that's my boy and all. That's my favorite. But I don't know how he could have did that. Help me, mon ami.
They call Rose.
What was one of your favorite moments from both of these episodes, I guess?
Favorite moment? Magneto, he been my homie since the beginning. I love a good villain.
Yeah.
When he pulled him into space and was about to regulate, I was like, yeah.
I kind of wanted him to do it though, but I knew the series would have went a totally different direction.
Yeah. Wait for it. Like he only gonna last so long on the good side.
Yeah. What are we
doing, my boy?
I think favorite moments, I would say, obviously the fighting scene with the Sentinels at the end. Also, I just thought about it too. Great callback to the OG series with the first episode of the series being them fighting the Sentinels too.
Yeah.
So I noticed that. Poor Morph. Speaking of Morph actually did pretty good.
Oh, yeah.
Like him, like
they give him justice.
We saw him being Lady Deathstrike. We were all like, "Whoa, Lady Deathstrike!" Where's she coming from? When he fought in the second episode, but him transforming into different X-Men or different mutants was like a really cool thing. And I think just them using their powers in different ways was my favorite part. Like Storm walking through the desert, turning sand into glass with lightning striking.
That visual of her coming out slow.
It's one of those things. Yeah, that visual. Like I never even thought about that, but when she was in the desert and I saw the lightning strike, I was like, oh, I knew what they were gonna do after that. I was like, I never even thought about using her powers like that. So that was a super cool moment. Gambit.
Rogue being a doctor, becoming a doctor.
Oh yeah.
She's like, give me 10 I like what I remember when they first showed the trailer and the scene with Wolverine and Gambit together. I'm just like, why the hell is Gambit on Wolverine back? That makes no sense. But seeing that happen was crazy. Like they can't do a fast ball special because that's typically when a big guy throw Wolverine. Mm-hmm. But him charging up Wolverine claws,
crazy.
And then if you notice, he charged his claws up, and then he still threw a card too to boost him. I don't know if you call that part.
Yeah. He threw it to boost him, and then Morph transformed into Blob, and it bounced up
That's another thing I'm liking too, because with Morph, typically the Morph can just turn into people, but he can't take their powers.
Yeah.
But it seemed like with this verse, I think Mystique can turn people, but she can't really take their powers. Mm-hmm. Only some shape tips, but this because he turned into RJ, he could fly.
Yeah.
Blob, he bounced. Hell, he damn near turned into Sabretooth to Wolverine.
Sabretooth, Deathstrike, Psylocke at that point.
Yeah. And with the swords, I don't know how you put the swords out there.
It just comes with the transformation.
Yeah, but they definitely made everybody pretty decent. Like the Sunspot character. If you're not familiar with Sunspot, he was in X-Force. Not X-Force. Yeah, he was in X-Force in the comic book. He was part of the New Mutants, and then he was in X-Force. Well, I've always been a big fan of him, so I'm definitely interested in seeing how they go with him. Because Sunspot is a pretty dope character too. I like the fact that he was kind of like the Jubilee from the original episode, new guy. He got kidnapped. I mean, he got kidnapped by people. At least Jubilee didn't get kidnapped by Sentinels.
Yeah.
He got the friends. Shout out to the Friends of Humanity for being the most badass, boldest people on the planet who just
insane.
Just regular people coming at people with claws in their hands and can do all the stuff that X-Men can do.
Who's the villain? The dude that shot Storm? Oh, sorry. By the way, spoilers.
Yeah, well, I'll put it in the caption. Yeah.
Forgot you got that purpose there.
Yeah.
But the guy shot Storm.
The Executioner.
Executioner, that's right.
I don't remember him that much in the comics, but I actually remember I used to have the old X-Men figures. Mm-hmm. I had the Executioner because I always thought his look was dope. But They didn't really give him a backstory. He just put the suit on in the back of the car and he was just a badass. He beat
the mess out of Cyclops.
He beat Cyclops.
Damn.
Shout out to Disney for when I saw the blood and
I know. I was like, oh, okay.
because everybody got a tendency to think, oh, it's gonna be Disney, it's gonna be rainbows and butterflies. Nah, man, like Cyclops caught them hands.
Yeah. Real bad.
Which I liked a lot because the first episode kind of just showed like, you know, oh, we're back. X Men is awesome. Like it's great to see these characters again. And then 2, like it's not just them like, you know, running everything, like them like never losing everything because Cyclops got beat up hell. Storm got shot. Bishop got shot in the back. Yeah.
The first episode, Storm just went to sleep.
Yeah.
Before Cyclops came up in Cyclops came up in that beast. All right, so let's talk about the. We'll fast forward talk. No, before we get to the end, let's talk about the whole. What do y'all think about the whole Magneto and Rogue love triangle that you can tell is coming?
Was not expecting that. I was not expecting that for sure, but I think it's going to be a very. I mean, Magneto being the leader and being like the person who received all of Xavier's belongings and possessions and stuff like that is already interesting enough. So you got him being the leader, but also you got him romantically involved with Rogue. That's going to lead to Gambit. That's going to lead. That's the whole triangle. It's going to like lead out, and then also
he's smashing the boss.
Yeah. When did Magneto clap them cheeks? Like they got to let everybody know when that went down.
Rogue was not never playing it cool.
What's the word? Referenced or like hinted at in the old show? I can't remember.
Never.
Okay.
Never. They never even had anytime Magneto. All right, so if you notice, we probably go from one jump to another jump because some kind of, as you guys, technical difficulties. The camera get cut off while we was talking for another good 5 or 10 minutes. Like I said, this is the first one. We just put this out there to see how the response is gonna be. Even if we get 3 people watching, we still gonna do it any damn way. So hopefully you guys will watch it and comment or whatever. So I'm trying to remember the last thing we said before they got cut off.
I think we were talking about the love triangle, if I'm not mistaken, with Gambit, Rogue, and Magneto.
Yeah.
Okay, I know that I was saying that one of the things that I liked about the original, and this is in the original you had the love triangle with Cyclops, Wolverine and Jean, and now you got the the new love triangle with my boy Gambit, Magneto, and Rogue. So what did y'all really think about that?
She's sleeping with the boss. I support it. Get it how you live.
And she's doing a horrible job on keeping it a secret too.
Yeah, she is not playing it cool.
Rogue, you doing a horrible job. You're not supposed to look at the person you're sleeping with.
You ever been in a room with somebody you's messing around with and you trying to play it cool, but you feel like everybody know? Rogue, we know.
Yeah, and you letting everybody else know.
She'll be a little more discreet.
Sugar.
Even Beast probably like, my stars are God.
Yeah.
My stars are God. What you about to say?
I was trying to think. Yeah, I don't know where they're gonna like go with that as far as like, because we talked about it before. Like I think it was a smart move by them to not continue. Like they hinted on the first episode with the Formula Triangle with Jean, Wolverine, and Cyclops. So which I kind of expected that, but for them to switch it up, I like that. It's actually a smart move by them because it keeps it fresh while also paying homage and keeping that same theme going. So I wonder where it's gonna go, how that's gonna lead to, with Magneto being the leader and everything too.
Gosh,
so
sleep with the manager, but Wolverine's still simping.
Wolverine can't hide no feelings. It's only been a year, so he still got a gene. He probably mad about that baby. He rather fight anybody.
Apocalypse. He's coming. Apocalypse.
The baby. Then deliver that baby, or have anything to do with that baby. I do like the fact that they do have that tension though, because one thing about the original series, they would argue all the damn time. Like they would talk trash to each other. Like nobody was safe. Yeah. Like they would literally like. I remember Gambit lighting up that brick. With Cyclops about
they hit each other in the beginning. That was messy.
Like they even now, he light up a piece of toast.
Gambit
used to be doing the most. But like you gotta have them not getting along. Like nobody wants to see an X-Men team where they're getting along. They get together when it's time to get together, but they'll talk that trash.
Any team.
I mean, it's like the team. I think the X-Men is the most like a family. I mean, like they live together, they teach together, they fight together, all that stuff. So they have like that family like dynamic. So they're gonna fight all the time, which that always keeps it interesting because they got great villains, they got great stories and everything, but also their relationships with each other also just adds to like why the X-Men are just so great. So
the best, better than the Avengers. Don't care what nobody say.
Of course.
That's one of the reasons why I'm super excited for this, because I think with the Avengers, like for people that know, they know, but people that don't. But back in the days, the X-Men was far beyond the Avengers by a long way. Fast forward to now with all the movies and stuff, the Avengers are a household name. Even though the X-Men are still there, the X-Men hasn't dropped I'll say a decent movie in years. I ain't gonna say movie because they have been dropping movies. But everybody that's a fan of X-Men, the X-Men animated series, the 96 version, is one of the reasons why that so many people love the X-Men. I mean, and then like me as a black person, I can relate to X-Men a little bit more because everybody knows X-Men was based on civil rights and all that kind of, all that kind of stuff. And even now to this day, that's why I think a lot of people, especially black people, just, we kind of gravitate toward the X-Men, because if you take out the word mutant and replace it with the N-word and rewatch the show, you can feel it even more. So I'm so glad that it wasn't like too political, even though the X-Men are all about, it's all about that. It's all about politics, wokeness. Everybody want to throw wokeness on everything. X-Men one of the wokest cartoons and comic books ever.
We're saying X-Men wasn't too political, but Magneto gave a speech in front of the UN. But like I said, that's why we love it, because it talks about Magneto, Professor X, Malcolm X and Martin Luther King were the prototypes for those characters. You got Magneto talking about, we don't care who you love, what your sex is, what color you are, no matter that, we just want to be all one kind. And the scene I just thought about, I love where he was like, I always forget like how like little we are, when he had the people up in the air and everything. He's like, you see how like small our problems it compares like to the vastness of our earth and everything. So like the X-Men is all about one race, one kind or whatever, just all like humanity binding together against hatred. So that's the thing. I love that they're just keeping those things prevalent. They haven't switched up on that, and that they just, they haven't changed who X-Men is, which is my biggest worry. Is that they're gonna switch it up.
Yeah, I think that's everybody worried they were gonna mess it up. Let me ask y'all, if y'all was a mutant right now, would you be with Xavier's way or Magneto's way? Cause I know I'm gonna be with Magneto. I ain't gonna lie. I'm gonna be with Magneto, cause I'm just like, I'm not gonna keep on being nice to y'all. Y'all gonna throw eggs at me in the face.
No.
So
I'll be Professor X. First of all, First of all, we got a mansion, right? Y'all got what, an island? Y'all living in the woods,
We got an asteroid.
I'm about to say, we had a whole asteroid before they destroyed it.
You don't get on Earth.
We had a whole whole asteroid we living on. Yeah, I think that's one of the biggest things that, as a fan, you have to be like, damn, who would I really side with if this was real? Like, if I woke up tomorrow with powers, who would I really be? First of all, if I woke up with powers, I ain't telling nobody nothing. I done seen enough X-Men episodes to know what's going on. They're coming for me. So I'm like, nah, I'm good. I don't know what happened over there. I ain't telling nobody jack crap. But I can't remember when I go back and edit it where it got lost at.
We're talking about the love triangle. Also talking about how we didn't talk about how the end with Jean and Madam Pryor showing up.
Yeah, Jean. If you know the comic books, you know that Madam Pryor is a clone of Jean Grey. She's a clone of Jean Grey, but she's not an exact clone, so they did that different. So I think a lot of people sometimes think that Jean was Cable's mom, but she's really not. So it was very interesting the way they did that, and I mean that was the damn near second episode.
Yeah.
Jean showed up at the end of the second episode, told me I need help, and apparently she didn't know who she didn't have a memory because she didn't even know who I think Morph opened the door. Was it Morph opened the door?
Yeah.
Yeah, Morph opened the door and she didn't. She said I need help, but she seemed like she was out of it. So who knows? My man, one of my favorite villains is Sinister, Mr. Sinister. So I can tell Mr. Sinister is definitely about to be. I think he's going to be the main bad. I think he's going to be the big bad of this show, especially with Magneto over on the good guys. Apocalypse, that last we seen Apocalypse, he died anyway. So he's going, eventually he's going to come back if they're keeping it with the original cartoon.
Later season.
Yeah, but I think Mr. Sinister is going to be one of the main protagonists. Of course, human people are going to be the biggest protagonist.
Son now. Oh yeah, he'll be obsessed.
Yeah. Especially because he the one that won't, the genes and stuff get mixed up. So
which I think that was a smart move with him. Well, we don't know for sure, but like from everything they've hinted at so far, Mr. Sinister is going to be the main villain for this first season, which I like them doing that versus Magneto being the big bad, because I feel like a lot of people, especially this, people growing up now and seeing this cartoon their first time being exposed to the X-Men, they might know at least who Magneto is, but I know for sure they have no clue who Mr. Sinister is. Because, you know him from the cartoons and watch the comics, but he's, it hasn't been in the movies. He's a tease at the end of Apocalypse.
I got so excited.
But, so, I think that's a great move, because Sinister is a great villain who hasn't seen...
I'm a hater, I'm a phalanx.
That's fair. But he hasn't gotten a great adaptation since the 90s cartoon, I would say. Was he Evolution?
X-Men Evolution.
I can't remember. I can't remember.
Maybe he was in Wolverine and X-Men.
That's right. Yeah.
He wasn't. He wasn't because Apocalypse was the main guy in the X-Men Evolution. He didn't. Yeah, they didn't show him not one time in X-Men Evolution. So, but yeah, he definitely is a villain who needs his time to shine. He was all over X-Men, the original X-Men anyway.
Oh yeah, he was one of the first villains too. What? Probably Sinister in the original.
Yeah. Other than like Magneto, him, Magneto, and Apocalypse were the three main ones. They sprinkled people here and there, but those were the
Sentinels.
Yeah, and they always made Sinister like Apocalypse was way above. And even Sinister would be working for Apocalypse, but he
exactly.
they kind of nerfed him a little bit. So what's some things that you want to see in this upcoming show?
I want to see about 8 more seasons. Let's start there. Writers, producers. But what I want to see, I want to see more. So like throughout this whole X-Men series after the 90s cartoon, it's been Wolverine centered. I'm tired of him. Yes, I said it. So I want to see more people get shine, people who have projectile powers or people who just have other powers. And I'm tired of the Wolverine arc.
Why you hating on Wolverine?
Wolverine's my second favorite superhero behind Batman. But I can understand that too, because a lot of the movies. The 90s X-Men, he wasn't necessarily the center. He was like, obviously the most popular member of the team, if not the most popular member of the team. But he wasn't the center.
Yeah.
At least. The center of attention. The movies definitely shaped that vision. A lot of people, when they think of X-Men, think of Wolverine, which is, that's fair. Because, like...
I think of Cyclops.
What, in the movies?
No, when I think of X-Men.
I said in the movie, Cyclops definitely got shitted on every movie.
Like Brandon was saying, I love how they, I hope they continue this direction where they focus on other X-Men, other mutants, while still giving Wolverine a shine, but also, there are a lot of, the thing about the X-Men, there are so many interesting characters. Like, we haven't even brought up Iceman or any of the other ones, Morlocks. They popped up, but
yeah.
Well, that was one of the good things about the original too, is because sometimes characters had their own episodes. Gambit had his episode when it went back to Belladonna and that thing there.
Yep.
Rogue had an episode when Cody came back. Storm had one with
her son.
Shadow
Realm.
Shadow King. Yeah. Like Jean and Cyclops, they had a lot of episodes. So like that was, as long as they keep that balance, but sometimes like, oh, this is a Gambit episode, or this is a Rogue episode, or this whatever. I'm definitely looking forward for that. Yeah. All right. So final words.
Final words. Loves it. Great start to it. Just hopes it keeps on going. The trend is going, and yeah, I'm just so happy because when they announced this, I was so excited, but also like, please don't mess this up. Please don't mess this up. Like, as he said in the beginning, like, we literally grew up off this show, like, thanks to him, like, always watching it over at his house and stuff, so it's kind of crazy, like, when we all sat down and watched together, like, a full circle kind of moment watching the sequel series, so I'm just happy that it's just, continuing on what the original started, even improving on it on some aspects, like the opening. We haven't talked about the opening. Yeah, the opening. Glad they kept the original theme, also like spicing it up a little bit. So that was awesome to see. Yeah, exactly. So that was great. So even them keeping the same outro too. I was a little surprised about wasn't necessarily. I knew they would keep the intro, but the outro wasn't necessarily expecting them to have that. That was cool. I like that a lot.
Yeah, I was surprised about that.
But I think I was watching the old season and the outro changed.
They had 2 outros. They had
Yeah.
that outro, and then they had that one where everybody was like super animated, and it was like they was like the Brood.
yeah.
It was like, when we gonna see that version? Like,
Yeah.
It was super duper animated. Yeah. That was, because I used to get so excited watching that one. Like, wondering like when are they gonna do this? Especially when the Brood, you know, with them showing up, or whatever. So, like I said, all in all, great series. I give it a 10. What did you give it?
I gave it an 8.5 at first, but I was being harsh. You know, I'm a vet. I'm from the beginning, so like I'm gonna give it a 9.
Nah,
Still 9. Still 9.
And I'm still gonna give it a 10. Just like I said the first time, like, well, not the first time, I guess the second time before we had to re-record this.
This is your first time.
Yeah. I just like the fact that, you know, just like I said, it's a full circle thing. If you got kids, you can bring your kids in. Even if people get older, like you said, I remember them little, you know, watching this, you know, way back in '96 or whenever they started watching it and going back watching it. So it's something that you can do with your family or whatever. Then later on, it just progresses.
It's crazy. I just thought about it now because like that was back then. That got a lot of people back onto X Men in the beginning, and now this, like you said earlier, Avengers. Even I would say like they're not as popular or as the Justice League too.
Yeah.
But a lot of people, especially a lot of kids, don't have any reference. I can't really blame them for what X Men is. But hopefully this show right here will be like a good jumping point for them.
Yeah.
So it's just, you know, it's a great time to get on it. Hopefully they keep it up because I'm loving it so far.
All right, so we will continue to do these reviews. Hopefully you guys will like it. Leave comments. Subscribe to the channel. You know, check us out. What's your Instagram?
You can follow me on Instagram at Best Mistake You Ever Had. It's a song by Big Sean and Ariana Grande.
Follow me on Instagram at Xavier with 2 R's at the end _18.
He got a second tag. He was struggling the first. And I am One Click Photography Shoots with an S. Make sure you guys check out. Like I said, leave us some comments. I know the quality is not good. By the next video, this was spur.
This is a trial.
Yeah, this is spur of the moment.
This is our pilot.
Literally.
This is the pilot. This is
6 hours ago.
One of the spin-offs. Yeah, I ain't do that.
We'll be picked up next time.
I ain't setting no lights up. I ain't do nothing. We'll be in the studio next time. We'll do it better. Just give us a little vibe. Like I said, half of it got cut. Hopefully, so like I said, even if we get a couple people to watch it, we're gonna still do it anyway. Hopefully, you guys watch it as we grow. And I'm gonna start doing more of this stuff now. We talk about movies and stuff all the time. Don't get us started on talking music debates. My whole entire family, we gonna start bringing different members up in this big argument. Cause that's all we do is argue about stuff like that. But it's all, it's all in fun. But definitely tune in, hit the like, share, and subscribe button. Not necessarily this video. Maybe the next video.
Don't comment too hard.
We're subscribed.
Bring us questions. Bring questions.
Be easy on us a little bit here for this one. Like I said, this is Brandon Xavier and your boy LP.
See y'all next week. Or the week after.